Let's assume you had a job, and every 4 years you had to reapply. It didn't matter what you thought you did, it's what the people thought you did. So you had to do very well to get back into that position. People would take their jobs a lot more seriously if that was the case. Unfortunately for us, we don't really have to worry about that. Typically because people don't even stay in their jobs for 2 years now. They continue up the ladder to someplace else. But if you're in politics, your job is dependent on if the voters vote you back in. If they don't bring you back, you're no longer at a job. You're just broke. And to get back in the office is typically difficult. So if I were a politician and I wanted to continually get elected, I would behave like I had some sense. I would do the best things of my ability to make sure that I got rehired. Too bad Tiffany Henyard doesn't get the memo. And guess what? Election time is here and the clock is ticking. Jason House is breathing down her neck as the other opponent in the election race, and things are not looking bad. Let's get to the August 2024 Village Town Hall meeting. First, she was late again. Then she made people walk through the metal detector after sitting down.
In the back, to the police officer in the back, is the metal detectors on? Okay. So residents, for your safety and for our safety, we're gonna have people go through the metal detectors. You can stay, hold on. You have to listen. You can say, y'all can say no all you want. It's not up to you as it relates to safety. It's about safety for everyone. So everyone will have a seat, but we are going to have everyone go through the metal detectors so that everyone is secure in the building. The last board meeting, we had an incident. You have to listen. I just told you guys, you have to listen. So you guys have to go through the metal detectors so that everyone is secure in the building. Everyone can stay here. Everyone has a seat, but we care about safety. Safety is our top priority, no matter who it is or what it is. So if you don't mind, we're going to pause while everybody goes through the metal detector and come back to your seat. And then we can start our meeting so that everyone's safe. Because if something jumps off in here, we don't know who has what. So I'm just trying to make it aware that everyone understands. So Chief Lacey, if you can direct people, you can start the first row. People can go in and come back in, and then have your seats. We're not telling you to exit the building. We're telling you we all about safety.
And of course, they have public comments. Typically, I go through most public comments that you can hear, but I won't do that today. I'm going to focus in only on this guy's public comment.
My family then lived in this village for well over 30 years. I watched back in 1991, after they moved here in 88, my grandfather passed away in that home in Dolton. And just recently in October, I had to bury my grandmother. And the fact that I'm watching every day while I'm hauling hazardous materials, things that people need, and watching as this village being ran into the ground by this woman is pissing me off. I'm watching as this township is being ran into the ground by this woman. I'm watching as my alma mater, South Suburban College, a college that gave me a chance to go to college and be able to get my degree, being scammed by this woman. All these things I take very personally indeed. I love this town. I love this township. I love my school. And I will be damned if I allow anyone, particularly you, ma'am, scam, destroy, run into the ground. And while you're sitting there with your thousands upon thousands of dollars, the people of this village, the people of this township, the students at South Suburban College suffer. Absolutely not. I sit here and watch as one of your trustees sexually assault a woman and still sits on the board. He might not be here today because he's tired of hearing about it, but we're not going to be tired of saying it. Andrew Holmes assaulted a woman. He belongs in jail along with you, Miss Henyard, and your wigs, because we don't know where the damn money's going. It's going to her wigs.
Officer.
The fact that these police officers murdered Alexis Wilson and continue to walk the streets and police these streets is an abomination. Her name is Alexis Wilson. She was murdered by the Dolton Police Department. This is crap.
Okay.
Leave this township.
His time is up.
No.
His time is up.
3 minutes. I'm still counting.
Okay. All right. Your time is up, sir. Okay. Next person.
A woman that
All right.
health crisis.
Sir.
Just allow her.
Sir, you're going to be escorted out the building, sir.
No, I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll be right outside with the rest of the people while you fight
okay.
the owner.
Officer, escort him out.
Her name.
All right. Is there anyone else? Anyone else want to address the body?
Now, this is a brother whose whole family has lived in Dolton. He's talked about South Suburban College, which is in the township. But he's also talked about how this lady has ruined this particular city. Not only just ruined the city for herself, there are some other things that have happened also. Number one, 8 Village Township employees got fired or laid off. Also, credit card spending was there. And then Officer Lacey was put on administrative leave. Now, Tiffany Henyard's response to that was this was political targeting at enemies and all sorts of other excuses that we typically see from her. And I don't want to repeat that, but I do want to ask you one question. Do you guys know what political party Tiffany Henyard is in? That's right. Tiffany Henyard is a Democrat. Now, to be honest, most of Dolton in South Suburban Illinois are Democratic. So is Jason House, a good brother. But he's not the kind of Democratic leader that Tiffany Henyard is. Tiffany Henyard is a single mom with a prior criminal record who is running a criminal organization, a criminal enterprise, and all of these things are falling down before you. And the Democratic Party will open the door for other African Americans like Tiffany Henyard to exploit the black community. And this is one of the reasons why you don't want Kamala Harris to be in power. Why? Because I believe you're going to see more sorts of leadership like this in black communities. Let me give you an example. Kamala Harris has a pretty good chance, or somewhat of a chance, of beating Donald Trump. But that won't be the only issue. We already know the issues that we are facing with the immigration crisis and not getting reparations. But you're going to see more ladies like Tiffany Henyard, or people, or black men in general, who are loyal to the Democratic Party, but they are not loyal to black people. And that is the biggest criticism of Tiffany Henyard. Yeah, she's ghetto. Yeah, she's hood. Yeah, she loves getting her cheeks clapped by a whole bunch of dudes there. Put the clapping sounds. But the biggest criticism is that she dislikes the people that she's supposed to help. And these are the kind of leaders that Democrats want. They don't want these constituencies to be happy. They want them to always be begging for more stuff. Just look at Brandon Johnson in Chicago. He's just as big as the enemy as you can get. Look at Eric Adams in New York City, the biggest enemy of blacks you can get. Same thing with Tiffany Henyard, the biggest enemies of blacks you can get. And literally, they're going to reward people who come from some precarious backgrounds. Tiffany Henyard was never married, single mom, can't manage her money, bad credit, extremely in debt, a fraudster. Anything that you can blame on anyone, she's done it and done it very poorly. And you're going to see it like we saw in East Point, Michigan, with people like Monique Owen and other city girl type chicks getting into the community and taking advantage of not even just black men, of black women themselves. And nobody knows that more than Brittany Norwood, Kiana Belcher, all the black women out there who have encountered Tiffany Henyard. And now a lot of this political stuff here is about clout. None of this is about helping the people. None of this is about, helping the black community. A lot of it is still appealing to the black community, like Kamala Harris is trying to do. Kamala Harris will tell you in one breath that she is an Indian, she's part Indian, and then she'll come back and try to, as Tariq Nasheed would say, tether and talk about her collard greens, talk about the black experience, talk about all of that. She wants to align with you, all right, but she doesn't want to give you anything. And Tiffany Henyard is one of the best people that I see of aligning with that ghetto culture, that hood weave culture that, a lot of people in black America would look down upon, but she can align with that group. She seems like a nice person, like she's down to earth. She's cool to kick it with. She's cool to smoke a blunt with. And when you listen to her talk and you hear her accent and you hear her, mispronounce words, it's something that you can kind of align with, because she sounds like somebody that, that's your uncle or auntie or little sister or whatever. But at the same time, Tiffany Henyard doesn't want to do anything for the community. Tiffany Henyard is self-serving. And when you get self-serving buffoons into public office, you get disasters where who suffers? The community suffers. And now they're being handpicked, I believe, to do certain things like this. And if the black community don't get some accountability and start saying, hey, we need an agenda. Whoa, Kamala Harris, I know you're asking for our money, but you know what? We have our needs that we need to experience also. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. More Tiffany Henyards will come out of the woodworks. You'll be still voting for Democrats, and then your cities will be broke as hell. Like, imagine Dolton right now flirting with the possibility of having their police cars repossessed, flirting with the possibilities of not paying vendors, so you might not have stoplights. They already had a problem having fire hydrants. All of those things are great extreme possibilities when you're just not serious and you don't have things going on for yourself. This is what's going on. And when you don't have any accountability for your politicians, they will do anything. They'll spend your money. They'll, use your credit cards. They'll get, Tahoes and all those things because you didn't care, or I didn't care. And nobody can really blame us for that but ourselves. And we're going to continue to be laughed at and continue to walk down this stupid rabbit hole with these particular people, because that is what we introduce to ourselves. So guys, we think it's your boy, Shirley Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you, do Curtis Bell. We're out.